time has passed and I have gotten more books. Shocker. It's a really fun one, so let's get into the books. First on up, I did get this gorgeous copy of Darkness and Light, the second book in the Bound and the Broken series by Ryan Cahill. Now this is the Broken Binding Press edition, and just look at the art. And not only that, but the foil is unreal on this edition. It's got this really beautiful dragon scale style naked hardback, gilded sprayed edges, and a ton of interior artwork, from black and white pieces like this to full spread illustrations in color like this. Absolutely stunning. It is really cool to see some of these locations realized, especially the Dwarven City, and there's a really cool one with the wind tunnels that I always really like. Yeah, look at that. Oh, it's such a cool location. I have already read this. I really enjoyed this book. And yeah, this is just a stunning addition to have it in. Next up, I did back Zamil Akhtar's second campaign for his Gunmetal God series books. And the second one is called The Conqueror's Blood. Sorry, just Conqueror's Blood. And Zamil has really put something special together with these editions. I love the first one, but this second one is stunning as well. Not only is the art just beautiful, and the really cool design on the sprayed edges, not to mention the full wraparound illustration. The sprayed edges themselves, beautiful, but you need to see the naked hardback. It's made of what I think is a faux leather. It just feels so premium and really, really nice. And I adore the design here. I just think that looks absolutely incredible. And this is another one with a ton of interior art. I mean, look at that. This is one of those series where, because it has such visual elements to it with some of the creatures and kind of the almost Cthulhuan horror-like beings in this world, having the art to see some of this realized is so cool. And I think this piece was done by Andrew Mailski. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. And he's an incredible artist, and he has done several pieces in not just this one, but also the first one. And of course, beautiful chapter headers and interior formatting with this one too. Zamil really knocked out the park. Him and Merrick Books killed it. Next on up, I got the Dance of Shadows. Now this is the Inkstone edition. I did miss it when it first came out, but I managed to snag this on Vinted. And this was the book club pick for a month. I can't remember anymore. Maybe August. They're all blending together. Maybe September. Anyway, reread it, and I really, really enjoyed this one, so I'm glad I got this really nice edition with the sprayed edges, and really cool kind of Mayan-looking design on the naked hardback. Beautiful. Also, I just like Inkstone a lot. I think they're really cool people. I did meet them at Worldcon last year, and yeah, just super nice people, love what they do. And what I really like about their company is that it's based off of what the owner likes. So he reads a bunch of books and he makes the special editions of books that he personally loves. So it does create this kind of very personal brand, because it is him picking the books because he's read them and enjoyed them. So I think that's really cool. And yeah, The Dance of Shadows was a fantastic read. Next one up, I bought a copy of Toothsucker by Caden Love. It's cyberpunk with teeth-eating vampires. Do I need to say more? I'm really hoping I'm going to be able to read this month, because it fits the season so well, and this kind of just is a wee bit different from some of the other fall and Halloween horror recommendations, just something a little bit different. I'm good friends with Caden Love, so I'm glad I got a copy, and I'm really looking forward to picking it up. It is compared to Cyberpunk Edgerunners, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. So very excited to give this one a read. Next on up, my copy of Isles of Emberdark arrived. And this is a beautiful book that Sanderson has put together. I do love his special editions that his Dragonsteel company makes. They're always super high quality. They just feel great. They look fantastic. And it does come with some interior art as well, which is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at the colors in that. Stunning. And what's really cool is I think there's a narrative reason for this, but I've not read Isles of Emberdark yet. But halfway through the book, there is a section where the pages are black and the text is white, which is a stark contrast to the start of the book. So I'm guessing there's narrative reasons for this, given Isle of the Ember Dark. I'm really looking forward to it, and I just think that's such a cool design touch. But yeah, Brandon Sanderson, one of my favorite authors of all time, if not my favorite author of all time. The author that brought me into adult fantasy. When he puts something out, I'm always excited for it. So look forward to giving this a read. Next on up, the lovely people over at Athon Books sent me some books. First up, they sent Against All Odds by Jeffrey H. Haskell, which is this really interesting sounding sci-fi book. The wrong crew, the wrong ship, the right captain. So interested to give that one a read. They also sent over a copy of Ironbound by Andrew Givler, which is a progression fantasy book. And yeah, I mean, look at the cover. I love desert fantasy. I'm sold with this. This was in the new release video for this month or last month. And just the premise with this kind of being bound to these symbols and these different elements, I assume, is just a really cool setup. I really want to read more progression fantasy, and also the fact that it's desert setting. It feels like the perfect kind of read for me. And last but most certainly not least, they did send over a graphic novel, Dead Acre, which was also in the new release video. It follows a undead bounty hunter in this western-like setting that's getting compared to things like Dresden Files. And yeah, this sounds awesome. And I am reading this month. It will be included in a video, and I'll be able to go through my thoughts of it when I finish it. But yeah, I'm reading it this month. Super excited. I don't read a ton of graphic novels, but it is something I want to kind of get more into. And yeah, I was asked if I could show a wee bit of the art inside. I don't know what's considered a spoiler in graphic novel land, because I mainly just talk about books. I really don't know what I should be showing and not showing, but that's page 2, so it's not much of a spoiler. But yeah, the art looks stunning. The premise sounds great, and it perfectly fits into this kind of Halloween fall season. Next on up, I got the special editions to some of my favorite books of all time, and that is the Farseer trilogy from Illumicrate. And these editions are just absolutely beautiful. I love these books so much. So when I saw that they were doing these beautiful hardcovers, I broke. I had to. The illustrations on the covers are just beautiful. I love the foil typography. They also each have art on the naked hardbacks that also look really good. They're all kind of settings from the books. And these sprayed edges having Buckkeep on them, it just looks so good. But yeah, these are some of my favorite books of all time, and these editions are just some of my favorite in my entire collection. It's such a nice set. And talking about special editions from series I absolutely love, I also got books 4 and 5 of the Sun Eater from Broken Binding, Kingdoms of Death and Ashes of Man. And I think the first 3 looked great, but these 2 covers are just so nice. I love the colors on the Kingdoms of Death cover. Just looks so good. And the art on both just... There are also some really cool pieces of art on the naked hardbacks. And also the sprayed edges that has kind of this space scene with a Seilson face and also Hadrian's face. And I really like the US covers for the Sun Eater books, but these Broken Binding editions are just absolutely stunning. That being said, they did come with the spare dust jackets. Can't get them all in on the screen, but yeah, they did come with the spare dust jackets of the US editions as well, and I think those look really nice. So if you do prefer these and you just want kind of the art on the naked hardback, then you can use these spare dust jackets of the original US covers, which I think is just a really nice touch. However, I'm going to be keeping the Broken Binding covers because especially these 2, they just look so good. Also from Broken Binding, I got Among the Burning Flowers. This is part of the Priory of the Orange Tree series. They're all kind of standalones, and they just have some of the most unique kind of standout art in all of fantasy. You immediately know it's a Samantha Shannon book and it's in that series. And the Broken Binding editions are really nice because they have these cool sprayed edges. It is rare that I point edges out. I much prefer just showing the spines. However, with Samantha Shannon's work, the edges are just so nice, the dragons. So it's one of the very rare series that I do have the edges pointed out on my bookshelf just because they look so good. And a really nice design on the naked hardback as well. I don't know why, but I didn't expect this book to be so short when the other 2 are huge. The size difference is wild. If you've read Among the Burning Flowers, I would love to hear what you thought. It's interesting just because there's such a huge size difference. I think it's probably just an additional story in the world. But yeah, if you've read it, I'd love to hear what you thought of it. Next on up, a book I've been wanting to read for ages, and that is Shogun. Now this just sounds so cool. It gets such a good name. It is pretty much a modern day classic at this point. I was even tempted to watch the show, but I decided no, I'm going to read the book, so don't watch the show and spoil it. So I'm really glad that I now have this beautiful copy from Broken Binding with this stunning sprayed edges. I really like this black and white samurai on the cover, just beautiful. Really nice minimalist naked hardback design as well. And those sprayed edges are some of the nicest that Broken Binding has put out recently, because I really like that. I think that looks awesome. And I knew this book was big, but 1,000 pages is absolutely wild. So I definitely need to clear some space to get around to reading this, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's iconic. Next up, I also got a copy of Spiderlight from Adrian Tchaikovsky. Now, I'm a huge Adrian Tchaikovsky fan. I love his work, and this one's an interesting one because I thought it was a brand new book, but I think it might be a re-release. If you know more about it, please let me know in the comments below, because I should really have looked into it before filming this video, but I didn't. Either way, I think this is absolutely stunning. This is the Broken Binding edition. It's got this really cool art on the cover. It does kind of give sort of D&D vibes, and I believe the story does as well. Got this giant spider because Adrian Tchaikovsky makes sense, as well as this creepy spider design on the naked hardback as well. I am amped to get around to reading this because, again, I just really like Adrian Tchaikovsky's work. He's just so good at every single aspect of writing, and it's quite short as well, so it should be easy enough to fit in the TBR even between some of the longer books like Shogun, for example, which is massive. He's also just a great author because a lot of his books are just what I would consider more normal sized or even shorter. And a lot of them are standalones, which is great for people like us who read a lot of fantasy. And if you're in these huge fantasy series and you just kind of want a wee bit of a break, Adrian Tchaikovsky is just kind of the perfect author for kind of something a wee bit different and very self-contained. So I'm to get around to this. And the most recent Broken Binding subscription series was the Black Sun trilogy, starting with Black Sun, Fevered Star, and Mirrored Heavens. It's a trilogy I've been wanting to read for a while, so having these absolutely stunning editions, really nice sprayed edges as well, and the fact that this was the year it won a Hugo just has me really excited to pick it up. It just feels like it's all aligning perfectly for me to read this series. And I love the kind of Aztec design on the naked hardbacks. Absolutely stunning naked hardback designs. As part of their Sci-Fi sub, we got the Sparrow and also Children of God. This is a duology. These are some of the most unique covers that they have put out. I absolutely love the colors on them, and as always, really nice designs on the naked hardbacks and really colorful and beautiful sprayed edges. Interestingly, this wasn't a duology that I had heard of before. It is a classic. It's got tons of awards and it seems to be really popular, but it's just not one that's turned up in my reading life. So I don't know a ton about it, but anything that's considered a classic and kind of has that reputation for being really, really good has been excited to check it out. So if you have read this duology or even just Sparrow, I'd love to hear what you thought again in the comments below. It isn't the first time where I've had someone say that they've absolutely loved that book and it's just shot the series up in my TBR. And Broken Binding's brand new fantasy subscription for new fantasy books released as well, and the first book was The Witcher: Crossroads of Ravens, and they absolutely killed it with this edition. It looks absolutely stunning. I especially love the typography. I think it looks fantastic, and the art of young Geralt fighting this demon of some sort is just super cool. Really cool sprayed edges and a black on black foil naked hardback, which just looks so good. But now I'm really hoping that they do the rest of the series, because I want the rest of the series to match this, because they did really kill it with this edition. Again, it's the typography and the art just really sold me on this. Absolutely beautiful. I have heard this is not the best place to start with Witcher, so I will not be reading this soon. I need to read more of the Witcher books before I pick this one up. My friend Vera is a huge Witcher fan. You've probably seen her on YouTube before. She makes a ton of fantastic videos, and she's a huge Witcher fan, and she said this was not the best place to start for reading Witcher. Next up, Black Crow Books very kindly sent me The Library at Hellebore, which was another book that was on the new release videos. It's about these characters who are trapped in a library with these lectures kind of turned into these demons that are trying to eat them, and they need to sacrifice one of the class members that are trapped in this library to stave off the demons from coming in and killing them all, which is just an awesome premise. Very cool cover, continues on to the sprayed edges, but anything with a magic library, I'm sold on. Very excited to give this one a read. Next on up, I got a copy of the Bone Raiders. Now, this was a complete cover buy. I saw the art and thought, yes, I don't even need to know what it's about. I'm sold on the premise, whatever it is. I believe that's not a dragon. Originally, I did think that was a dragon up the top, but after seeing the Illumicrate edition, they have kind of this big lizard on the front. So I think that's a huge lizard rather than a fire-breathing dragon. Could be wrong. Oh no, I'm right. The text on the back says, "We didn't start the fire, but our giant fire-breathing lizards did." So that just sounds really cool. So I'm guessing they kind of have control over these fire-breathing lizards. I'm so in. And it has really cool sprayed edges with this what looks like arrow coming through. And this cool skull design on the naked hardback. Yeah, this is a brand new release that came out this year, and it just seems to be pretty unique setting-wise. So I'm looking forward to giving it a read. As the second last book, we have Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. Again, this is the Broken Binding edition. Has this beautiful black and white sketch design across the cover of this hellscape, and it carries on to the sprayed edges as well. And the naked hardback looks really nice too. Has this foil red hell illustration. It just looks so good. There's been some really interesting reviews for this one. There's a lot of people who think it might be too academic, whereas other people think it's not academic enough in some regards. So I'm interested to see. I do think with books that come out with a more varied reaction like that, it just means there's more intriguing content to kind of be able to read in different ways. So because of that, it makes me even more excited to read this one. And the last, but most certainly not least, one of my most anticipated books of next year came, and that is Operation Bounce House by Matt Dinniman. If you're somehow new to this channel, huge fan of the Dungeon Crawler Carl books, so when I got reached out to and offered an early copy of Operation Bounce House with these really cool stickers as well, I got very excited. So yeah, I'm going to be reading this very soon. You'll hear my thoughts on it before the end of the year for definite. Needless to say, I'm super excited for this one. It is one of my most anticipated reads of next year. So, oh boy, I love Dungeon Crawler Carl series, and I'm very hopeful that this will also be really, really good. It is completely different, so it's not tied to the Dungeon Crawler Carl world, and I think it's planned to just be a standalone. I'm not sure yet, but I'm very excited for this. So excited for this. You'll probably hear me talking a lot about this between now, the end of the year, into next year, towards the release in February. I'm sorry, I'm giving you a heads up now. I might be insufferable about it. That is all the books I've received over the last 3-ish months, I think it was. But let me know down in the comments below if you have read any of these and what you thought of it, or if any caught your eye. I have read a bunch of them already, but I'm excited to get to the rest of them. Thank you very much for watching. Outro. You see, Meg's over there cleaning herself, and I'm really worried that that's getting picked up by the mic. Can you hear that? I hope not. I'm trying to film a video here, Meg.